Hey everyone, how's it going? This is Jeremy aka Uzaru Jarambe back again with another video on Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle. In this video we'll be talking more about the 350 million download celebration and again about part 2 and how many more Dragon Stones we should be seeing when part 2 goes live. Because if you're like me, you probably spent a good chunk of Dragon Stones on the LR Goku and Frieza banners, and you're possibly looking for a way to grind out some more stones and get some saved up for the future banners. So we'll be looking at an estimate of how many Dragon Stones we should be seeing with Part 2 when it goes live. We'll get into all information here in a minute, but first, go ahead and check out the links in the description below to follow me on my social media pages, and also check out the link for the Discord chat, where we have an awesome community of people playing Dokkan Battle and Dragon Ball Legends. Always a fun place to hang out and chat with everyone and get any endgame help you may need, so we look forward to seeing you over there. If you're new to the channel, consider hitting that subscribe button to stay up to date on future content like this. Drop a like on the video and comment down below if you have any questions or comments. So let's go ahead and hop over to the Dokkan Wiki, and we're going to talk about the previous celebrations real quick. If you haven't seen, I'll put a link in the top right of the video right now. I did do a video on some Part 2 discussion and a release date that we should be seeing for Part 2 to go live for the $350 million celebration. So again, if you haven't checked that out yet, I talk about some of the Part 2 information there, so you can go check that out. But one thing I didn't talk about in that video is the estimated amount of Dragon Stones, because I have seen a lot of people talking about, where are we going to get some more Dragon Stones, or asking the question anyway, and I'm feeling it too, because I'm trying to grind out some of the events, but, other than buying stones in the Dragon Stone shop, there's not a lot of places for stones right now once you grind out all the stuff. So we're going to start by looking at the last 2 years of the download celebrations, and we're going to take a look at just the amount of Dragon Stones we basically got, because if you go on the Dokkan Wiki, they actually talk about the Dragon Stones that we got in each of the areas of the campaigns, so at least the bigger campaigns. So part 1 of the 300 million download celebration, this was 2 years ago. This was the Cell Saga one with the Int, LR Cell, and AGL Gohan. Part 1 really dished out some stones for them. 553 Dragon Stones, but you can also see there were 100 of those Dragon Stones right here were from top grossing. So that's a big chunk of it, and I can tell you right now, we are not getting as much as that during this celebration. But Part 2 might be a little bit better of an estimate. You can see here that we have 315 Dragon Stones for Part 2, and overall the celebration for the 300 million download celebration netted about 1,070 stones. And again, that's with all of the logins, all of the missions, all of the new events, and things like that. But that was a good amount. Now, don't get me wrong, let's go ahead and jump forward a year. Worldwide Celebration Campaign. This one was last year's download celebration, pretty much. And this one's probably going to be a little more relevant, if you want to call it that, because you can see in Part 1 they got 428 Dragon Stones, and this is the global side. You can see we're talking about global stones for the most part. I am a global main, but even on the JP side, 374, global side 428. A difference of about 40 Dragon Stones depending on top grossing, stuff like that. You can see again, top grossing rewards, 70 Dragon Stones for that alone. And even still, you'll see we're going to go ahead and look at Part 1 so far for the $350 million celebration, but you'll see that we haven't gotten top grossing stones that have equaled out to 70 or 100 Dragon Stones. It'd be nice, but that did not happen this year, unfortunately. They're doing the 7 Dragon Stone rule in effect, and I guess a lot of the regions didn't quite get as top grossing as they did in the last few years. But anyway, with that being said, let's look at Part 2. So Part 2, again, let's take a look. 300 million download celebration, 315 stones, and Part 2 of the worldwide celebration campaign from last year, 341 stones. So pretty similar, about the 300 and, under 350 Dragon Stones. So that's probably going to be a close estimate, about 350 Dragon Stones for Part 2 of the 350 million download celebration. And we'll take a look at some more stuff here in a minute. But yeah, overall last year, Worldwide Celebration Campaign netted about 900 Dragon Stones to the 300 million download celebration's 1,000 Dragon Stones. So you can see where we're going here. I would say let's shoot low, just keep expectations realistic, and let's just say 900, right? If we were to get 900 Dragon Stones for the global side overall in the 350 million download celebration. We'll just kind of add up to that. So you can see here, and again, this is a rough estimate. Here's our first ranked Dragon Stones, 28. So it's a lot less than what we've gotten in the last 2 years. But you can see the total amount of Dragon Stones for part 1 alone so far, and I'm pretty sure this is going to be a final number because they've already estimated everything that we've gotten so far. There's probably not much more coming out for part 1 that's going to give us Dragon Stones, but we've got 371 Dragon Stones for part 1 of the 350 million download celebration compared to 428 and 553. So it's a little bit lower. Again, I think top grossing is a lot where that comes from, but with that being said, with the countdown having 35 and part 1 having 371 so far, we've netted about 400. But again, you've got a couple ways to do this. You know, like I said, you can shoot low and add up to 900, and you'd be looking at a little under 500 Dragon Stones. And I'm going to say that's probably shooting a little high. I'm going to say around anywhere between 315 to 330 Dragon Stones is probably what we're going to be seeing for part 2 of the 350 million download celebration. Again, you can see here, first rank, we got 7 Dragon Stones per region. They had that rule in effect, so we got 28 overall with the 4 regions that reached it. But anyway, so overall, I'm going to say a good estimate for how many Dragon Stones we'll be seeing for part 2 of the 350 million download celebration is, I'll keep it nice and safe, at least 300, which is a little bit of a bummer. Hopefully, because, you know, the last few years have gotten a lot. So if we only get about 300, that puts us about 706. So that's me shooting low, but I could see at least 300 Dragon Stones. So if you're trying to go in for the new LRs still and you grind everything out and you still want to go in for some summons, you've got, you know, 4 or 5 summons you could probably do and still have some left over. But yeah, we'll see. You know, we could have more, we could have less. It is just an estimate, but compared to the last few years, you know, 300 is a safe number to say, and you know, anywhere up to, you may never know, they might do 400 Dragon Stones because the countdown was a little, you know, you can see countdowns in the last few years. They had quite a bit of Dragon Stones, 131 there, and the countdown on this one, 152, and right now we're sitting at 35 for the countdown, which is a final count for the countdown. So with that being said, the countdown and the top grossing stones, unfortunately, are not quite, they're not nearly as good as the last few years. Therefore, the total amount of Dragon Stones we're getting for the celebration is going to be a little less, more than likely. Again, like I said, don't expect probably more than 350 Dragon Stones for part 2, but that's an estimate again. So, again, you can check out that video. I'll leave a link down in the description below for it as well, talking about the release date for part 2 that we should be seeing it go live. Just for fun, let's go ahead and take a look at the JP side. So far, there are 408 Dragon Stones overall for part 1 and the countdown, compared to Global's 406. So, you know, even if you're playing on the JP side, we're looking at only a 2 Dragon Stone difference, and you could dig through here and find what that 2 Dragon Stone difference is. I'm not going to do that right now, but for both Global and JP side, it's probably going to be pretty similar. I'm going to say we're looking around 300 to 350-ish Dragon Stones when part 2 goes live. Hopefully you guys got everything else grinded out for the campaign. Make sure you're not missing out on any of the time-limited missions and events, because again, those aren't coming back. Yeah, make sure you get these Dragon Stones, because we've got a lot more. We have some more awesome units coming up after the 350 million download celebration as well. And as you know, New Year's is less than 6 months away, and they always have the guaranteed LR step-up banners that they've been doing for the last few years. So if you're looking for some LRs, you get a guaranteed LR there, everything like that. So definitely pick up all the Dragon Stones that you can for each part of this campaign while it's here. But that's everything I've got for the video today. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. Hopefully you found some useful information. If you did, go ahead and drop a like, and again, comment down below. Make sure you're hitting that subscribe button to stay up to date on future content like this and to support the channel. And again, make sure you're checking out those links in the description to follow me on my social media pages and join that awesome Discord chat. As always, I appreciate each and every one of you guys coming by and checking out the video today, and we'll catch you on the next one. Signing out.